Hello students, welcome back. In the last session we have studied some CSS properties. In today's session we will study about the box model. So box model, so it simply says every element which appears in the XHTML document has a border associated with it. Till now we have included so many elements in the XHTML document like a paragraph, a heading tag, a body tag or some other elements, but there was no border which is displayed around those elements. But as per the box model, even these elements have a border attribute, and if we want we can display a border around even these elements as well. Till now we have displayed a border around only a table, but even we can display a border around other components or other elements. So box model, it says on a given page or a document all the elements can have border. On a given HTML or XHTML page all the elements may have a border. The border have various styles, colors and widths. A border can have a style, a different style like dashed, dotted, like that. Even a color may be different, or we can have a different width for the borders. The amount of space between the content of the element and its border is known as padding, as it is shown in the diagram. You can see. So we have, this is the content of our element, like you can take a paragraph tag, and this is the content of a paragraph tag, and the distance between the border, this is the border of paragraph tag, and its content, it is called as padding. Like in case of table also we have studied a padding, the content and the inner boundary of a cell, it is padding. So here also you can see a padding, content and the border, inner border, it is called as padding. Whereas the space between the border and the outer edge, or you can say the other elements which are there in the document, it is called as margin. So the space between border and adjacent element is known as margin. So if you have any adjacent element around the element, so the space between the border of an element and the outer edge of the other element, it is called as a margin. Now the borders, as I have said, every element has a border, and this border can be controlled by using a property called as border style property. So there is a property called as border style. So what this property border style does? So border style property controls whether the element has a border, and if so, the style of the border, it is controlled by border style property. It simply specifies if a element has a border, and if it has a border, what is the style of that border. And the values for border style can be, it can be none, dotted, dashed, or it can also be double. Okay, so let me show you how to add a border to the elements. Let us go through our example program. I have already added a border to it. You can see here for an H1 element we have added a border, H1 border dash style, I have used dashed, border color is black, even a color can be specified. For now I'll just remove this. So only border style, that is dash. So we want to have a border around the H1 elements, and if you look at the output of this, now you can see the output. We have a border, a dashed border around two H1 elements. First H1 element contains DMS bundle and second contains BK college, and around both the H1 elements we have a border. So border can be, it can be dashed, it can be dotted. So we have many different styles for it. If we want a dotted border, we can have a dotted border instead of dashed. Okay, you can see a dotted border. Okay, that is about a border. Even there is a property called as border width. We can control the width of a border by using the border width, and the values can be thin, medium, thick, or a length value, that is a value like 10 points or 20 pixel like that. In pixels, the value has to be in pixels, so 5 pixel, 10 pixel value can be specified for border width. Border width can be specified for any of the 4 borders, means it is not like we have to specify a border width for all the 4 sides. A specific border width can be specified. As I say, a border for a particular element, we have border for 4 sides, that is left, right, top and bottom. So individual border widths can be specified, and it can be specified like this: border top width, or we can say border bottom width, border left width, border right width can be specified. Now let's see how to specify a border width. I can simply say border dash width colon 10 pixel. You can see the width has increased, and if you want to specify a width of any one side, you can say border width border dash left width. Okay, only the left width has increased. You can see you are able to see a single dot here because the width has been increased. Okay, like that we can increase the width of any side. It can be border top width, bottom width, left width, right width, and so on. Even in case of style, we can do that: border top style, border bottom style, border left style. Even that can be a different style. We can have a different style for different sides of a border. So here we have a border style in general, but I can set a border for any one side. So for example, if I say border dash top dash style, and to this if I have specified dotted, here I'll specify dashed. Now you can see only the top border is dashed, but the other border is still dotted. So you can even specify style of a border. Different style for different sides of a border can be specified. Same way for color as well. Border color, any color border can be specified, and again in case of borders also, individual borders may have a different color. So if you want a color a different color for a different border, you can specify it. Now for example, if I say border dash color blue, so the border will be displayed in a blue color. Now you can see the border is displayed in blue color. Individual border color can be set in the same way like we did for border style and width. Okay. Then the margin, the space between the border of an element and its neighbor element, it is called as a margin. The margin around an element can be set by using margin left, etc. Just assign them a length value. So margin around the two adjacent element, for example, we have two adjacent element here. The first element is H1, which displays DMS Mandal, and second is BK College, which displays H1 element, which displays BK College, and there is some space between these two, but you can increase it. The margin can be increased between two elements by using the margin property. Okay, so the bottom margin we will try to increase. I'll say margin dash bottom, and I'll specify 50 pixels. Now let us see. Now you can see there is more difference between these two elements. So margin, again, any margin can be specified. It can be top, bottom, left, right, like that. Then of course the padding, it is the distance between the content and the inner boundary. Even this can be controlled by using padding left, padding right, padding top, like that. So padding, now if you look at this example, there is very less difference between the content and the boundary, right, or the border. It is almost attached to the content itself, the bottom border. If you look at, if you want to increase that space also, you can use padding. So here itself I'll add one more, that is padding. So say 10 pixels. You have to use colon here, 10 pixels. Now you can see the difference has been increased. The distance has been increased between the content and the inner boundary. Okay, so you can increase the distance by using a padding. Okay, with this we will stop here today. We will continue with the background images in the next session. Thank you.